Alright, guys, so this weekend we have UFC 288, headlined by Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. And the co-main event is a fight between Gilbert Burns and Belal Muhammad. And pretty much I think it's settled that the winner of this fight, like their next fight is going to be for the title. Whether it's before Colby Covington gets it or after. Or even like if they skip Colby and get it before him, because honestly, like the winner of this fight is going to be much more deserving than Colby Covington. Because if you look at it this way, Belal, I think he has three ranked wins. And Gilbert, at the moment, I believe he has two. While Colby has zero. He has zero ranked wins at the moment since Jorge Masvidal just retired. So that would mean that like the winner of this fight will have over three ranked wins. Either Belal will get four or Gilbert will get three. So in my opinion, that's pretty clear. The winner of this fight should skip Colby Covington. You know, he's not even that big of a draw, but it is what it is. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the keys to victory for Belal Muhammad. Because I do think that he should be the underdog in this fight. He should be the betting underdog. I personally favor Gilbert Burns to win as well. But we're looking at it from Belal's point of view. Like, what would be his game plan taking on someone that's arguably favored to beat him? And I've just broken it down into like 6 parts. The first part that Belal's going to need to do is he's going to need to use leg kicks. You know, Masvidal used leg kicks. He did well with them, but then he abandoned it. Wonderboy didn't throw that many leg kicks on Gilbert, but the way Gilbert Burns stands, like a bit of a wide stance, like a bit like lower tier ground, it's there for the taking. You know, and he's an explosive guy. He's gonna be coming with those power takedowns, those huge overhands. So why not just take away his base? Man can't stand. He can't fight. So that's the number one thing Belal Muhammad needs to focus on. The second thing is use your grappling defensively. You do not want to chase takedowns against Gilbert Burns. He's very dangerous on the ground. You don't want to be pushing that offensively, and he's probably going to defend it or try to submit you. It's going to make you use more energy than him. And in the fight, it's about being more efficient than your opponent. And Gilbert Burns has a grappling edge. So if I'm Belal, do not go for offensive grappling. Use your grappling defensively. Now, the third thing that Belal needs to do is use his footwork. He needs to use that footwork to make Gilbert Burns miss on those overhands. Just like Jorge Masvidal was doing in the first round. Masvidal was making Gilbert Burns miss with those right hands, and Gilbert was kind of chasing him. And Masvidal was just using his footwork to get away from it. And when you throw strikes and you make your opponents miss, it's going to take away from your opponent's stamina. It's going to make them use more energy. And again, it's all about efficiency. Making them work harder than you. Now, the fourth thing that Belal Muhammad is going to need to do is use linear punches. He already does that pretty well, but Gilbert, like, he can block overhands pretty well, but like we've seen him in the Usman fight get dropped and finished by jabs and straight punches. Hamza Chimaev was able to drop on that. Obviously, Belal doesn't have that type of power, but it's those types of shots that are more likely going to land. So go straight through the middle, slow him down a bit, intercept him, because those are the shots that are going to make him the most vulnerable. Don't go for those like weighing hooks. Just stick to the straight punches. Now, the fifth thing that Belal is going to use, or he's going to need to use in this fight, is he's going to need to put that pressure on Gilbert Burns later on in the fight. In the early rounds, that's when Gilbert Burns is going to be more dangerous. You know, and it all depends on if Belal's in good shape, right? If he's not in good shape, then, you know, he can scrap that. But he's going to need to be pressuring in the later rounds, wait for that storm and that initial pop of explosiveness of Gilbert Burns to wear out a bit. Just wait for him to slow down, weather the storm, and then, like, as the fight goes on, Gilbert gets more tired. put that pressure on him, get in his face a bit more, put combos as well. Overwhelm him pretty much, because you're not gonna take him down. You're gonna have to do a lot of work with your hands. And finally, the last thing that I think Belal Muhammad needs to implement in this fight is his left high kick. A lot of people don't know this about Belal, but he's got a really sneaky left head kick. If you see some of his fights, you can see he does throw it pretty well. And the reason why I say left head kick is because, like, if you look at a fight like Wonder Boy versus Kevin Holland, Wonder Boy is throwing his left head kick. You know why? Because that would make Kevin Holland keep his right hand up to block that kick. And the more sneaky you can make it, the more your opponent is going to keep their right hand at their face. You want to occupy that right hand. That's Gilbert Burns' best weapon, that overhand right. So you want to avoid it at all costs. So you throw the head kick, make him block it, make him worry about it, feint it, and then use it to set up some of your other offense. You just want to keep that right hand in place, not let him throw it, and you got to occupy it. And if Belal can do this, it's going to be tough because it's a short training camp. Now, I don't know if he's in shape or not, and we'll see. This is a tough stylistic matchup for him. But maybe if he implements some of these things, and obviously he knows better, maybe he could win.